When Amanda sent that message, she thought it would just sting her husband a little, make him jealous enough to pay her more attention. They'd been married for 6 years and lately, she felt he was becoming distant, always focused on work, tired, and not as playful as before. Her ex, Ryan, had recently reconnected through social media, and when he mentioned a short hiking trip with mutual friends, Amanda saw it as an opportunity to stir some emotion in her husband. So she sent the text, "I'm going on a trip with my ex, don't get jealous." She even laughed as she hit send, thinking he'd call or argue. But he didn't reply at all. Mark, her husband, read the message twice, his heart sinking. He wasn't angry right away, just numb. Over the last few months, he had sensed a change in Amanda. She had started dressing up more, keeping her phone close, and spending long hours with friends. He had chosen to trust her, believing it was just a phase. But that message confirmed his growing fear. She no longer respected him. Instead of reacting emotionally, Mark decided it was time to act logically. He didn't text back. He simply stood up, walked to his office, and started making plans. That evening, while Amanda was packing for her trip, Mark quietly went through their shared files. Their home, car, and savings were all under his name since he had bought them before marriage. He'd always been generous, but he wasn't foolish. He transferred a portion of their joint funds into a separate account and called his lawyer friend, Eric, explaining everything. Eric told him exactly what documents to prepare in case things escalated. Mark listened carefully, noting every word. By the next morning, everything was ready. Amanda left early, barely saying goodbye. Mark only smiled faintly and said, "Have fun." His calm tone bothered her, but she shrugged it off, thinking he was pretending not to care. She posted pictures from the road, tagging Ryan and laughing in captions. To her, it was harmless fun, just trying to make Mark jealous. But while she was posting, Mark was doing something she never expected. He packed his essentials, took their wedding photo off the wall, and stored it away. Then he drove to his parents' house, leaving her a short note on the kitchen counter. "Take your time with your trip. Don't worry about me." He disconnected her access to their joint credit card and froze her secondary bank account card. When Amanda stopped for gas and tried to pay, the card was declined. She tried again, same result. Then she noticed several missed calls from unknown numbers. Her heart started racing. She called Mark, but he didn't answer. Text after text went unread. By the time she reached the hotel, Ryan noticed she was no longer in her usual mood. She excused herself and went outside to call again. Finally, Mark answered. His voice was calm but cold. "I hope the trip's worth it, Amanda. I won't stop you from being with whoever you want. But when you come back, you won't be coming home." Her breath caught. "Mark, it's not what you think," she began, but he cut her off. "I think you made yourself clear in your message." The next morning, Amanda drove back alone. The laughter from the trip felt meaningless now. When she arrived, the house key didn't work. Mark had changed the locks. Through the window, she saw that his things were gone, his clothes, his computer, even his toothbrush. A sense of dread filled her chest. On the table, next to the note she'd left about going with her ex, lay a new one from Mark. When someone plays games, they shouldn't be surprised when the other person stops playing. She tried calling him again and again, but Mark didn't pick up. Instead, she received an email later that evening. It contained a copy of their separation papers and a short message. "You said don't get jealous. I listened." Amanda broke down. The weight of her actions hit her all at once. She hadn't actually done anything physical with Ryan, but she knew emotional betrayal was still betrayal. For weeks, she tried to apologize, sending long messages about how it was just a misunderstanding. Mark read them all but never replied. His silence hurt her more than any angry words could have. Friends started to find out, and soon, the truth of her trip spread through their circle. People whispered, and Amanda withdrew from everyone. Mark, meanwhile, focused on himself. He started exercising, spent more time with his family, and even took up hiking, something Amanda had always wanted to do but never truly committed to. His peace returned slowly but surely. He realized he'd spent years trying to make someone happy who only valued attention, not love. Months later, Amanda saw him at a cafe, laughing with a woman she didn't recognize. They looked comfortable together, the way she and Mark once did. For a moment, she thought about walking over and apologizing again, but when she saw the genuine joy in his eyes, she froze. She realized she no longer had any right to be part of his happiness. She walked away quietly, her own reflection in the window reminding her of everything she'd lost. Her message had been meant as a small spark to reignite attention, but it had burned down her marriage instead. Mark's revenge wasn't loud or cruel, it was silent and final. He simply let her live with the consequences of her own game. And from that day on, Amanda never sent a message without thinking about the power of words, and how one careless sentence can destroy everything built over years of love and trust.